you have your insurance on you?
You're gonna have to take my name. I'm not answering any questions. I think you're a lying piece of shit.
So you don't want to provide your driver's license to me? Is that what I'm understanding?
Did you hear me correctly? Do you have in your ears? I said I'd give you my name, and that would be sufficient. You're a disgrace. I hope your family knows that you're a racist piece of shit. You're a disgrace to your family. I'm not giving you that. I'm not obligated to give you any current shit. I gave you my name. That's all you need, bitch. Get the out of here. Get out of my streets. Get off my street, you gangbanger piece of shit. I'm not answering any questions. What, Gilbert? You're a piece of shit. I've been following you. I hope your family knows you're a racist piece of shit. Where are you going? Come on, you're so tough. Where are you going? Show the people who you are. Show the people who you are, you piece of shit. Come on, the people want to see who you are. The people want to see who you are.
What's going on, everybody? And today's video comes from Duper Trooper 50, and it was filmed on February 23rd, 2025, and it features the Woodridge Police Department in Woodridge, Illinois. And it shows police retaliation at its absolute finest. Duper Trooper has been thorn in the police side, from literally taking down cops to catching armed cops that are drunk on the job roaming the streets. I absolutely love his attitude and his approach because he meets force with force every single time. And when you expose cops that abuse the homeless, racially profile citizens, patrol the streets drunk, and get caught on camera while doing it all, you can always expect the cops to retaliate. And that's exactly what they did in this video. Duper Trooper decided to follow the police, to investigate them, to make sure they didn't commit any more crimes. And because he did to them exactly what they do to us, they decided to initiate a traffic stop. Interesting. He's following them, and that's not okay. But then they follow him and pull him over. Let's jump into the video.
Good afternoon. I stopped you for tailgating.
Good old tailgating. Illinois Vehicle Code Section 11-710. Otherwise known as following too closely. And the statute is pretty simple. You need to follow someone at a reasonable and prudent distance. This factors in traffic, time of day, road, and weather conditions. Duper Trooper was following this police officer by about 2 car lengths. Illinois road law says that's an extremely prudent distance and doesn't constitute tailgating at all. However, the police officer was following Duper Trooper with less than 1 car length between them, which actually constitutes tailgating or following too closely. I think it's interesting. The cop is pulling someone over for something they didn't do, while the cop is actively doing what they accuse the other person of doing. But let's not pretend for a second that Duper Trooper ever tailgated to begin with. These cops got tired of looking stupid on his camera lens for the world to see, and this is a good old-fashioned retaliatory traffic stop. Duper Trooper was following them per his citizen's investigation to catch them in any possible wrongdoings, and cops don't like to get caught when they're breaking the law, so the easiest thing to do is charge the tail.
Give your driver's license, your proof of insurance, please.
I don't. You're just gonna have to take my name.
You don't have any proof of insurance, or do you have your insurance on you?
You're gonna have to take my name. I'm not answering any questions. I think you're a lying piece of shit.
So you don't want to provide your driver's license to me? Is that what I'm understanding?
Did you hear me correctly? Do you have in your ears? I said I'd give you my name, and that would be sufficient. I'll give you my name and date of birth, so that'll.
Well, you're supposed to provide me your driver's license.
What if I don't have a driver's license? What if another racist officer took my license because they're a racist piece of like you? Like Woodridge Police Department who point guns at black people and you're...
And if the name Woodbridge didn't click in your brain before, well, it should now, because they're absolutely infamous. The same police department that is stopping Duper Trooper right now is also the same police department you saw doing this.
In that video, you'll see officers surround that suburban father, draw their guns, and put him in handcuffs. His lawyer tells us he's been grappling with emotional turmoil ever since. Derek House was heading home to his wife and kids after a trip to Costco when he found himself at the center of chaos.
Real slow. Everything real slow. I'm gonna shoot you in your head if you come up with anything other than that.
I don't have any weapons. I just came from Costco, dude.
House, who lives in Downers Grove, is a longtime resident of the western suburbs.
That's not the right car. This is the wrong car. Yeah, this is the wrong car.
We're all good.
This is the wrong car.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
CN.
The plate don't match. The last 4 or 5 are wrong. It's the wrong plate.
Officers were looking for a black Tiguan, not a gray Atlas like House's, with 2 occupants, not 1.
We thought you were the guy. No. All right. You're not. I understand that. All right. Hey, listen, look at me. I this up.
Plus, the plates simply didn't match.
In the totality of what they knew, they ignored almost all of that information. Saw a black man driving a Volkswagen SUV, and that was apparently enough.
House was released, but his attorney, Patrick Provenzali, says this should never have happened.
You can imagine what Derek was thinking in those moments. If I make the wrong move, what's going to happen to me?
Now, House is suing the Woodridge Police Department and those 5 responding officers, arguing false arrest, excessive force, false imprisonment, and more.
Derek is a great guy, clearly a good father, good husband, and a hardworking member of the community. And he's been profoundly impacted by what's happened.
The village of Woodridge released a statement reading in part, on the day in question, our officers were responding to a highly volatile situation involving individuals suspected of possessing firearms, slashing tires, and discharging a weapon. Officers acted based on information available at the time, which led to the stop of a vehicle that, unfortunately, was not the one they were specifically seeking.
Wrong vehicle color, wrong vehicle model. Nothing about that driver matched the suspects the police were looking for, aside from the fact that both the suspect and this innocent driver were black. And police release a statement saying the vehicle we pulled over was not the vehicle that we were specifically looking for. That is the worst apology I've ever seen, and the worst way someone could admit that they were wrong. It was not the vehicle we were specifically looking for. No, it wasn't the vehicle you were looking for at all. You were looking for blackmail, you found a blackmail, you pointed guns at him. Let's just at least keep it real. And one of the supporting and responding officers in that video is standing as backup to the lady cop in this video. We should be able to trust these cops.
You're being sued for it.
May I have your first name, please?
Like Derek House, he's suing you guys for how much? Like $4 million because you
Sir,
pointed
may I have
guns
your
at him?
first name?
Ray.
Is that short for Raymond?
Yeah.
R-A-Y-M-O-N-D?
Yeah.
What's your last name, sir?
What's your name?
Officer Gilbert, sir.
Oh yeah, we're going to court. So you're the that's all I'm giving you. Off.
Okay, do you...
You're see you in court, Gilbert. You're a racist piece of I saw you at the Jubilee. That drunk person, right? You were messing with that drunk person, right? 125-77. You're a disgrace. I hope your family knows that you're a racist piece of You're a disgrace to your family. I'm not giving you that. I'm not obligated to give you any current Gave you my name. That's all you need. Get the here. Get out of my streets. Get off my streets, you gangbanger piece of I'm not answering any questions. What don't you understand about
Do you want
that?
to provide me a current address? So I
No,
can...
I'm not giving you You're a racist piece of I don't want you follow me.
You have no proof of
off.
on you, Mr.
Gilbert,
Mendoza?
you're a piece of I've been following you.
And that right there is the whole reason that this ridiculous stop ever took place. In fact, it's the whole reason why that stop that had guns pointed at an innocent man took place. Because this is a police department with 0 checks and balances, 0 accountability, and 0 oversight. And when anyone does attempt to hold them accountable or provide oversight like this citizen here, they're immediately retaliated against. Now she leaves to go back to her patrol unit to run Duper Trooper's information. Now, national statistics say that a traffic stop from the activation of lights until the conclusion of the stop should take anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes, while actual police officers themselves in Reddit forums brag about how many people they can pull over and how fast they can do it, like a competition. One cop says, in FTO and the first year on your own, you should be making 2 to 5 stops a day as call volume allows, just to get a feel for it. That's an insight to real police training. Doesn't matter if they do anything wrong. You need to get used to pulling cars over, so pull over as many as possible. The next user says, if I'm not writing a ticket, traffic stops take about 3 minutes from lights on to lights off. If I'm writing a ticket, which really doesn't happen, about 10 minutes. If you guys want a really interesting read, Google how long does a traffic stop take, and then go to the Reddit section and see how many cops brag about pulling a ton of people over for absolutely no reason. So we know that national statistics say that a traffic stop should take between 10 and 15 minutes. Actual real-life cops say that it should take 3 to 10. But Duper Trooper is going to be waiting in his vehicle for a whopping 42 minutes. We sped up his wait to 200 times speed, until finally this police officer gets out of her patrol unit with a ticket book full of citations for the very crime that she committed that this driver she pulled over did not.
Here comes Officer Gilbert, sorry piece of Woodridge, who likes to fucking be a racist piece of
shit. Here for you, okay?
Officer. She likes to pull people over through 30. Everyone, she likes to go back and forth on the street here and like pull people over. She's a idiot.
Now, for a simple tailgating offense that he never actually committed, they're giving him 5 citations. One of those citations being failure to provide his license upon request. Interesting fact, Illinois does not require drivers to carry their license on their physical person. A driver needs only to provide their name and date of birth, like Duper Trooper did earlier in the video. Now, the refusal to provide your license charge in Illinois only applies if the driver does not provide their license and/or their information. So they pulled him over for something he didn't do, and now again, supplementally, they're charging him for something else that he didn't do. This is police retaliation at its absolute finest. And I absolutely love what Duper Trooper's doing. He's narrating over everything she has to say. None of her words even make sense, because while she's cop-splaining, he's just bulldozing over her. She finally walks away, but Duper Trooper isn't done just yet. He knows that one of the cops on his scene were also one of the cops that pulled a gun and responded to that call in the clip that we showed you earlier, and he wants to make sure that all the citizens at home watching know exactly what he looks like.
Fucker. You fucker. Where are you going? Come on, you're so tough. Where are you going? Show the people who you are. Show the people who you are, you piece of shit. Come on, the people want to see who you are. The people want to see who you are. Come on. Woodridge, you're so great. You're so tough.
Now, as a person of Latino heritage, Duper Trooper takes this offense personally, as he does the gentleman who was profiled at gunpoint by this same police department. He's impassioned and embattled, going up against a system that's designed to win 100% of the time. But when it comes to this guy, there just ain't no quit in him. And that's the mettle that it takes to expose corrupt police agencies like this one. It's easy for many citizens to watch this, think that it's a tragedy, and move on with their day. but for the person who's willing to speak when everyone else is speechless. The person who's willing to hear when everyone else covers their ears. And the person who's willing to see when everyone else's eyes are closed wide shut. That person will always keep a tyrannical government on their heels. And that person today is Duper Trooper. His original video channel link is in the description of this one. Make sure to check him out and tell him Accountability for All sent you. Stay safe. Well, as safe as you can around cops like this. And until next time, that's the reason I stopped you today.